Sorry about that. I am back. If you'll please confirm that I am back. So all I did was point out that we've now fully explored Northeast Liurnia, and indeed all of Liurnia except Caria Manor here in the northwest. And so, with all that done, we're going to go progress another side quest. I warped to the fallen ruins of the lake. We're going to go talk to Var after the 3 invasions you might remember me attempting a couple of streams ago. So we have to get over here to the Church of the Rose. Alright, let's speak to him. This progresses again after doing at least 3 invasions. Anoint me. New, Lord of Blood's favor. Alright, that's why we need to define the Church of Inhibition. Where we just found the Finger Maiden set. That's kind of the clue. So, Lord of Blood's favor. Pure white oath cloth given by Var. The final trial to be anointed a Knight of Moog, Lord of Blood. Soak the cloth with a maiden's blood. The blood of anyone's maiden will do. You are maidenless after all. Dye cloth with maiden's blood. Lord of Blood's favor. Fully reddened oath cloth, dyed in a maiden's blood. The final trial is complete. Luminary Moog is sure to welcome you into his service as a knight who will lay the foundations for his dynasty. Now we're actually not going to go back to Var at the moment. We're going to finish exploring up here while we're here. If I head this direction, eventually I should find a graveyard. There it is. Looks like we got more Miranda flowers. Yay! Our favorite. We're a little off track to get there. That's okay, though. Hopefully I can sneak past the rats since I already got their scarab. Alright, here we go. New enemies. Oh shit! Not the same spell. I thought it was a blue flower, and I guess it is, but it rains madness, not poison. There's one down. Those things are dangerous with the madness rain. Gotta respect them. Very good. Alright. See, at least two more. Oh shit! Run away! Alright, that could have been worse. Could have been better, but it could have been worse. And there was another one over here. I'll be extra sure there aren't any more little ones. Too close, huh? Alright. Alright, there's at least one more. Down much closer to the actual graveyard. Two more. Maybe three more. Couldn't tell which move it was going to go for. Lucky that little one didn't get me. And then there's one more here. Alright, that might be all of them. Check the other side before I commit to looting. Very good. Alright, there's a yellow ember. Should be a total of 8 rune pickups in here. Golden rune 3. Golden rune 4. Golden rune 7. Golden rune 1. Golden rune 3. Golden rune 3. Golden rune 3. And golden rune 2. Alright. Now we'll head back to Var. That last little area up there has been explored. Nowhere near leveling, so I'll save my runes. Let's run back to the Rose Church again. This run is slightly annoying, but I think it's the last time we have to make it. Alright, let's speak to Var once again. Off her finger.
Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something.
New bloody finger.
Never forget that feeling of agony, for it is what binds you to luminary mode, to all of us. You have the sweetest scream, my lad.
Alright, so the bloody finger. Item for online play can also be used from the multiplayer menu. Attempts an invasion of another player's world. If successful, you will arrive as an invader, Bloody Finger, with the objective of defeating the host of fingers of that world. Glistening blood has been siphoned into the nail of this finger. Its sickly pale skin feels nothing now, but the nail still aches with sweetest pain. So this is a reusable invasion item. It's all we need from this point on, if you're wanting to invade. Alright, let's talk to Var again. Pureblood Knight's Medal.
A medal granted by the new Mogwin dynasty, with the power to grant audience with luminary mode. I've gone out of my way to provide one to you, but you mustn't use it just yet. The meeting must wait until the Mogwin dynasty commences. Luminary mode yet slumbers beside the divinity. You must endure.
And so the Pureblood Knight's Medal. Proof that one is a glorious knight of the new dynasty of Mogwin that the Lord of Blood will inaugurate. Used to be granted audience with Mog, only it is not yet time. For Mog yet slumbers beside the divinity. Be patient, the new dynasty is nigh. Let's talk to Var yet again.
It is trying. You must be patient. One day you will be elevated.
Alright, there we go. Now let's head to the East Rea Lucaria Gate again. If I can find it. There we go. Alright, I guess I actually still haven't quite explored this whole area. There's another church with another sacred tier up here. And we can progress Hieda's quest line again as well. I already fought this guy once. If he's willing to ignore me, I'm willing to ignore him. And another church right here. Didn't quite get through without alerting anybody. That's alright. Pretty minor, all things considered. Bellum Church. Yes, this is another new area. There's a sacred tier, and here is Hayata.
Oh, hello. Is that you over there? Have you ever heard of fingerprint grapes? They're special grapes which only grow on those who've been clasped by the brute fingers. I would truly love to try one. The distant light seems far closer than before, but I can't sense a thing from the usual grapes anymore. Please, could you donate a fingerprint grape to me? Without one, I don't know. I feel like I might go mad.
Give a fingerprint grape.
A fingerprint grape. Tried and true. What a wondrous thing. A fingerprint grape. Oh, how sweet. Yet, how it burns. Thank you. I've composed myself again. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you.
Let's talk to her again.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sure I'll be a finger maiden. Thank you. I'm sure I'll be a finger maiden.
Alright. Behind her, we can loot golden centipedes, new crafting ingredient. The golden desiccated remains of a centipede, material used for crafting items. Kept as a fetish by Golden Order fundamentalists, especially the hunters of those who live in death. As such, they're found near churches and similar. There are 5 of them back here. And now we can activate the Site of Grace. Bellum Church. Increase amount replenished by flasks. Use the sacred tier. Yes, sir. Very good. So down here, before too far, we should find a new merchant. I need 14,000 runes to buy things from him. Let's get to that number before we talk. That'll do. Very good. Alright, we need the Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 13, a record of crafting techniques left by roaming nomad warriors. Contains knowledge for surviving in the face of utter scarcity. Acquire the knowledge to craft the following: Bone Great Arrow Fletched, and Bone Ballista Bolt. And then the main thing is we want all 3 of his rune arcs. Unfortunately for him, I need his bell bearing. Nomadic Merchant's Bell Bearing 6. A Nomadic Merchant's Bell Bearing found upon his perished flesh. Offer to the twin maiden husks at the Round Table Hold to gain access to new items. Alright, let's keep heading northeast. Spinning Stones 3, that's not a bad random drop at all. As you can see, we're slowly working our way down and actually following the river up out of the Liurnia map. There's a Cuckoo Knight up ahead. Definitely worth the FP to kill him with Transient Moonlight. Just easy mode him. These are our first giant land squirts. They're nothing special, just gotta avoid the poison, same as with the normal ones. They've got much more duration than their standard size counterparts, as you can see. Liurnia of the Lakes. You can see up there, guarded by several more of these things, is an Erd Tree sapling. That's the target, the prize for coming up here. Another golden seed. Stay clear and let our poison counter empty before we try to mess with the last one. At least until it commits to one of the other moves. Very good. I believe it is now unguarded. There's a golden seed. Still more back here. Smithing Stone 5. And we'll be back here later. This is just getting an exploration endpoint. Here's the Ravine Veiled Village. I think I have enough seeds to add a flask charge now. Yes, I do. Very good. Added charge to Flask of Crimson Tears. Alright, let me see. I can't get to leveling up, so that's okay. We're going to fight a pretty dangerous boss next, but for now we're going to warp out to Gate Town North, and we're going to fight the Deathrite bird that I ran into and skipped earlier because I didn't feel strong enough yet. Before I actually do that, I'm going to park at the Grace. Eventually I'll pass time till nightfall, but it's time to feed River and do a couple other chores. So I will be right back after a short break. Come on, Ruby. Alrighty, we are back. Let me grab a drink. Alright, here we go. Thank you for your patience. That's past time until nightfall now. Get my keyboard in order. Alright. So it attacks just south of here. So let me use my flask of physic. Let me use a pickled turtleneck. Let's cast Golden Vow. I'm going to try to hit it in the head with Moonveil's Transient Moonlight. Excuse me. Where is it? There it is. Frostbite! It's a real pain. Damn it, again! I gotta heal, man! Come on! I gotta get Transient Moonlight back, too! Got it. Told you that thing was tough. Ancient Death Rancor. Sorcery of the Servants of Death. Summons a horde of vengeful spirits that chase down foes. Charging enhances potency. They are cinders of the ancient death hex, raked from the fires of ghost flame by death birds. Alright. Head toward the main academy gate. Apologies for that. And so from here you can kind of see where a path up the island the academy's actually on starts. We gotta break lock on to beat these guys down. There we go. Excuse me. Look, another wandering mausoleum up ahead. Not doing it just yet, but it's there. For the doing. Let's get up here. Oh my gosh, an Iron Virgin. These things are trouble. Make no mistake. Got the drop on it though. Not bad. Pretty big net flask gain. Very good. I don't know what else is up here. Probably still pays to be at full health. Somewhere out here, there's a stone sword key. That's what I'm looking for. Couldn't be under any of these. Maybe on the upper level. At any rate, let's stay on this side and take the path up. Maybe I need to go up this way. Some bad guys here. Three Nicholas lilies. There's the stone sword key. Should be a grace under here somewhere. Keep going, I guess. Thank goodness I've been flask poor since the Deathrite bird. Alright, well that's good. Well, there should have been a site of grace somewhere and I haven't found it. It is possible, I just need to keep going even further than I already have. I actually probably wouldn't have gone out of my way to kill the turtle. I thought it was another crouching caster. Oh well. Excuse me. There it is, way up here. Okay. I was expecting it too soon, I think. I don't think I fought those giant prawns yet. At last, a precious flask refill. This should be Eastgate Bridge Trestle. If we're in the right spot. And it is. Beautiful. Alright, onward. Alright, under one of these, we can already hear it, there's a teleporting scarab, so all the way back to our bow and arrow to kill it. Ash of War Shield Bash. Very good. This Ash of War grants no affinity to an armament, but imparts the following skill. Shield Bash. Brace behind shield before using body weight to ram foes while maintaining guarding stance. Weaker enemies will be shoved backwards and can even be staggered. Usable on all shields. We're basically exploring the entire under the bridge. Slowly but surely, fully clearing the Liurnia map. Wandering Mausoleum. That's AC. It's over 90 freedom degrees outside. Mausoleum Greaves. I believe those were new. Greaves worn by headless soldiers who endlessly guard the wandering mausoleum. Rust-worn and stained through unending conflict. Rest of them aren't aggroed yet, so... Somber Smithing Stone 3. I'm gonna save the mausoleum. We're gonna go fight those giant prawns outside that gazebo we saw earlier. I don't think they're higher level than the ones we fought on the south end, though, and if that's the case, Moonveil's R2 should be very strong. I count 3 of them. Not very separated from each other either. That can be a real problem. Good, there's one. And two. Thought I could get it before popping my flask. Very good. Well, come on down, brother. What you waiting for? Where you at? It's not worth that much effort. Ah, just as I say that, there he is. Very good. Alright, let's loot this now. It's 3 smithing stone 2s. You know, Dark Souls has tighter level design, and I like the lore and plot of Dark Souls considerably better, but this is a more fun game to play by a substantial margin, and like I said earlier, this is easily, to me, the best open world game I have ever played, and it's not even close, and I say that with games like Skyrim and Breath of the Wild in mind. It's just head and shoulders above every other open world I've ever played. Alright. Keep going southwest. Kind of closing an exploration loop on this side now. There's another gazebo in here somewhere. In point of fact, the way I describe this game to people is it's like Dark Souls and Breath of the Wild had a beautiful, beautiful baby with all the best qualities of both. You've got a lot more options for dealing with things, especially in these earlier parts of the game. By the end, no matter how strong you are, you've still got to get good for the hardest bosses, of which there are a few. There's a Mikkela's Lily. Rare that that would be unguarded, and indeed it isn't. Not to say, where's that damn horse? Couple more of these. Alright, anyway. Back to looking for another gazebo. Somewhere in the trees, so if we cross out of them we missed it and went too far. There it is. How about that? Crud. Anybody else? So that should do it. Alright. This one is 3 smithing stone 3s. There's still more enemies over here, gotta be careful. Another grave violet. I saw some Trina's lilies over here. We definitely want those. 1, 2, 3. And there should be a graveyard up here. Somewhere. There it is. Keep your shield up. There are a bunch of enemies in here too. I think this will be a flask refill, that's why I did that. And so it was. Glorious. Alright, should be, I think, 13 rune items in here, so let's be thorough and sweep it. They do sound like ringing phones. Old school phones, anyway. Golden rune 2. Golden rune 3. Golden rune 1. Golden rune 3, golden rune 1, golden rune 5, golden rune 3, golden rune 2, golden rune 3, golden rune 3, golden rune 4, golden rune 2, golden rune 4, and another great violet. One last thing. This hot air balloon here. You can see where I keep underestimating this place. There's still stuff out in the middle of the lake we haven't explored. Golden rune 6. Let's fight the marionettes. Alright, and now we'll head over to this grace. which is Sorcerer's Isle. You'll notice we've got direction here. This is sending us up toward Carria Manor. Alright. Let's head up to the tower. On top of this little island. Testu's Rise. Alright. Now, a bunch of enemies are going to start endlessly spawning from the moment I read the riddle to the moment I solve it. So, just taking a moment to get my bearings. So I can sprint through this as fast as possible. Seek 3 wise beasts. One. No, it's back. There it is. Have to shoot that one. And the last one is out here. Try good luck. Crud. Ow, 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 ow. There it is. The seal on the rise opened. Alright, there we go. Excuse me. So I probably have to go all the way down and all the way back up. That's okay. I've done much more tedious things in the past. There we go. So as you might have come to expect from these towers, the main treasure is a memory stone. Boosts our spell slots without me having to invest stats in boosting spell slots. Pretty awesome items for that reason alone. And there are segments of the game where I'm going to want to have like 11 different spells memorized at once, so it's actually pretty important to collect all of these. Memory stone, there we go. Head back down now. Oh no. Okay, phew. For some reason I keep forgetting what the sprint button just makes you let go of the ladder Can't seem to remember what fast descent is. Mountain Dew Zero, to be precise. Because it tastes shockingly delicious. And it's got all the caffeine I need. Another balloon, another golden rune 6. Let these guys fight. Give them honorable deaths if I can. Marionette soldier armor, that's new. Let's deal with this dragonfly first. Excellent. Marionette soldier armor. Armor of metal bands arranged in a lattice, worn by marionette soldiers crafted to serve the sorcerers. The construction of this armor is remarkably crude, now rusted over and severely dented. For a doll, the only thing that matters is that it does not break. I'm going to shoot all 3 of these, because we want all the rune items. Golden rune 6. And that's getting back to areas we've already explored. Let's do this last balloon. Golden rune 6, just like the others. This one's pretty far away, so I'm going to use Torrent, but there's another balloon all the way back here. Another golden rune 6, very good. Alrighty then, there we go. Alright, we want to go explore these ruins over here next. We'll get this land octopus. Maybe not the others. There's the flask refill I was hoping for. Guess there's a little one over here. Should get it too. Little ones, plural. And another one of the dragonflies. Very good. Alright, let's get the jump on some of these Albinarics. Well, I want to get this rune first. Blood Rose. Jump on him. Probably get one of these two as well. A nice clean backstab. My Moonveil strong attack can also one-shot these guys. Very good. Like so. Let's go fight this cluster of land squirts next. No one behind me, I don't think. Alright, that was a lot. Finally, under here, we've got 2 old fangs. Take the scenic route while I let that poison counter come down. As I thought, a couple more Albinarics up here. New curved club. Hard curved club shaped like a crescent moon, wielded instead of a curved sword by Albinarics lacking dexterity. The only point of similarity between the two is the shape. Skill, Barbaric Roar. Let loose a bestial roar to rally the spirit and increase attack power, while active, strong attacks change to savage combo attacks. Alright, let's keep going. This north end of the actual lake we still haven't explored. Time we fixed that. I'm not sure about these guys. Probably need to transient moonlight if I want to be certain to one-shot them. That was good. Alright. Wonder if there's going to be a crab in here. What do you guys think? Maybe? I love Transient Moonlight. It is so freaking good. Collect the item in a minute. I know there's another pack of Albinarics somewhere, and I want to make sure we're clear of that danger first. There they are. Okay, very good. Finally, actually picking up the item, we have 3 soporific grease. Solidified grease made from a mixture of light purple materials. Craftable item. Coats armament, inflicting sleep. The effect lasts only for a short time. Right, from here, we're heading to the shore. Got one. No drop. Say Libby. There we go. And as soon as we get to the shore, we want to hop on this trail here. Wary of the wolves, of course. Don't get so preoccupied following the runners that you miss these guys hanging out over here. It's a great way to get wrecked. There we go. A few thin beast bones and keep on going. This is going to be our first encounter with some of everyone's least favorite enemies in the game. They are creepy. If they get you off guard, they can absolutely destroy you. And the higher level versions are fucking tanks that take forever to kill. Ah, nice, an Arteria leaf. I'm talking about the hands. We're about to have our first rodeo with them. Pop my flask. The small ones aren't too bad unless they get the jump on you. Like, that set totally got the drop on me. Didn't even know that they, So right here, you can actually see the big one hiding underground. You can see its fingertips sticking up. Let's get these small ones first. See, that is exactly what I was trying to avoid. Oh well. See, the big ones are just these murderously tough enemies. They're hard to hit. They get you caught in these massive combos like that. Whew, got him. Somber Smithing Stone 2. And the Intelligence Knot Crystal Tear. We will get a lot of use out of this. The Crystal Tear forms slowly over the ages where the Erd Tree's bounty falls to the ground. Can be mixed in the Flask of Wondrous Physic. The resulting concoction temporarily boosts one's intelligence. You can see we're actually up under Carrier Manor now. Which is pretty wild. We should be able to safely drop down here. Look for one more dead guy in a chair with a smithing stone. The 100-handed arms and hands. It gave me the middle finger. Yeah, it was like the Green Lantern in the new Superman movie. Everywhere, all at once. Constantly flipping me off. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. There we go, that's what I'm after. A Somber Smithing Stone 4. And as we make our way back up here to where we've already been, ish, we've been to the other side of this ravine. We haven't actually been through the bottom of it yet. Oh yeah, we have. I remember those guys. We have been over there. Alright, good. Here is Site of Grace, the Ravine. Alright, let's warp to the Raya Lucaria East Gate once again. East Raya Lucaria Gate, rather. Alright, let's mix our Wondrous Physic. We're going to keep the green spill, and we're going to put in the Intelligence Knot. Alright, should be a Spirit Spring down to ground level. Somewhere over here. I thought there was a Spirit Spring. I guess not. Oh yeah, I see one over there. Okay. I knew there was one. Shouldn't have to do this. Shouldn't have to do this the hard way. On the other side, perhaps. I know I saw one. Where is it? I absolutely, definitely, 100% spotted a Spirit Spring somewhere. But where exactly? Ah, there it is. Think I got it. Whew! Good, alright. Mausoleum time. I'm not seeing any stuff. Am I crazy, or does this one not have any stuff spawned onto it? Maybe I'll, like, leave and come back. Strong one. Wasn't paying attention. that was tough. Tougher than I expected anything out here to be anyway. So there are a couple more groups of these guys. Smithing stone 1. Alright. Let's go take another look at the mausoleum. So I don't see any weak points on it to attack. Which is weird. Oh, it's because there aren't any down here. This one is tricky. We have to jump on top of it. That's what's confusing me. Ah, crud. Should've known that was gonna happen. How annoying. Well, I will not be using another rune arc until after I deal with the mausoleum. So that was too far. I wonder if I can bait it all the way over here and use the spirit spring to get on top. That might be better. If I can swing it. Does seem like it's making its way toward me. Well, it was. Probably have to get its attention, so to speak. No matter what, I should never take damage from a spirit spring jump. It's almost close enough. That's what we're supposed to do. Alright, good. Crud! Oh, we were so close. Alright. One more try. Crud. Literally like another step or two. I wouldn't know if you were or not, DLF. Get over here. Oh, fucking hell. That was dumb. At least I didn't waste a rune arc, but now I have to wait for it to come all the way over again. That's way too far away right now. Gotta bait it much closer than that. Not particularly close still. Not closer. I'd say that was about half as far as it was before. It's going the wrong way. Come over here, dickbag. Still not even visibly closer. Come on now. This way. It's kind of moving left. I wonder if that is still getting it incrementally closer to me or not. It doesn't seem to be. Haha! We made it. All right. Should be easy now that we're up here. Oh, it's done. Wait, Point right at the door for it to finish sitting down. There we go. Beautiful. Now with that accomplished, I'll go ahead and re-up on a rune arc. Let's see, Remembrance of the Grafted. Or the Remembrance of the Full Moon Queen. Let's duplicate that one. So I don't need to mark this one since I already used it. You might have thought we were done, but you'd be wrong. There's a cave over here. And here we have the Rea Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. A little cave dungeon for us to enjoy. Pretty close to a level up, I think. 34,509, yeah, so. Let's use runes until we can level before we go in here. Alright, level up intelligence. Now I do want to warp to the round table hold right quick. Oh, I guess I can't. Well, I wanted to use my remembrance, but fine. In we go. Somber Smithing Stone 2. Got the cracked crystals as we go. Alrighty. There it is. Somewhere along there was a vein. Smithing Stone 2. Ouch. Another one, huh? Alright. That was a lot, but there's a golden rune 3. And a smithing stone 3. There's a smithing stone 3. And another smithing stone 3. Now, as they so often do in this game, this is a deceptive lift. We don't actually want to take it. You can see the messages indicating we should do some platforming instead. Through here, there's a somber smithing stone too. Messed up there. There's another stone. Not hard to access. We just gotta call the lift, ride it back up, and kind of repeat the drop down exercise. Probably could have just rolled off of it, but that's okay. As we're over here, I think, is where we can drop. Yes, here we go. There's a somber smithing stone 3. Let's drop down here. Kill this guy. Smithing stone 2. More everywhere, of course. We can sneak across here. It'll do wonders for our survivability. Very good, got everybody. Smithing stone 2, smithing stone 3. Alright, that guy dropped something, so let's go pick it up. A few more goodies. back here later. First, we actually do want to ride this lift. Now, this is challenging and nerve-wracking because we've got to do some platforming down in a dungeon. Back to the beginning if we mess up, you know. You can see we got to make these jumps, and as you can also no doubt see, people have failed. It's a small landing spot every time. This one I think I have to manage a sprint jump. Whew. Alright, Smithing Stone 3. Somber Smithing Stone 3. Now if I can just make this other sprint jump, we'll be set. Ah, thank God. I hate that shit, man. Okay. Take it full circle, ride the lift back down. Now we'll take the west tunnel. Three Smithing Stone 1s. And back here, Smithing Stone 2. Alright, got those three. And we find the crystal knife. A knife made by sharpening hard crystal, signature weapon of glintstone miners. Used as tool to extract glintstone from broken rock, and as such a faint magic enwreathes the blade. Skill, quick step. Skill prized by the crafty and fleet of foot. Perform a quick step maneuver that allows for circling around lock-on targets. Like another miner room ahead. If there are mages, get them first. Makes pretty absolute sense to me. Let's make sure everybody's down before we start looting anything important. Alright, there we go. Start with the ones in the middle. 1, 2. 2 Smithing Stone 3s and a Somber Smithing Stone 1. 3 Smithing Stone 3s as well, not 2. Smithing Stone 2, Smithing Stone 3. Shatter Earth, new sorcery. One of the glintstone sorceries of the Academy of Rea Lucaria imbues the ferrule of the caster's staff with magic, then thrusts it into the ground to create a magical shockwave. Allows one follow-up attack. A stone digger sorcery used by the glintstone miners of the Crystal Tunnel. At the Academy, use of this sorcery was a stigma that marked out failed scholars. Alright, onward. I'm deep in this joint now. Another one where we don't actually want to take the lift. No message? Come on, people. There's a somber smithing stone 3. There we go. And lo and behold, we are at the bottom. Somber Smithing Stone 1. And Boss Fog. Alright, let's go full health. Let's use our flask. Let's use Golden Vow. And we'll just use Moonveil's R2. Crystallian. There we go. That breaks the hyper armor, and that ought to do it. Enemy felled. New Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 1. The bell bearing of a miner who once dug for smithing stone. Offer to the twin maiden husks at the round table hold to gain access to the following items: Smithing Stone 1, Smithing Stone 2, Glintstone Scrap. Alright. Now, let's make a quick pit stop at the round table hole to use my Renala Remembrance. Not doing anything else while I'm here, but... Yes, Renala's Full Moon. We will use this sorcery on a lot of bosses later in the game. Alright, so we've got Renala's Full Moon. Sorcery symbolic of the Carrion Queen. Uses the caster as a vessel to incarnate a full moon, then sends it floating toward foes. The full moon dispels all sorcery that touches it, and temporarily reduces magic negation for those it strikes. Queen Renala encountered this enchanting moon when she was young, and later it would bewitch the Academy. Let me make sure... I can't remember if I already copied Godric's Remembrance and got both items or not. Axe of Godric or Grafted Dragon. I think I only got one, so I still need to duplicate that one too. But let me have a look. Axe of Godric is a great axe. I'll have to find where those are. Yes, I have the Axe of Godric. Do I have the Grafted Dragon or not? Grafted Dragon is a fist of all things. Yes, I do. Okay, so no, I do not need yet another Godric. That's good to know. Alright. Now then, let's warp to northern Lake Liurnia shore from here. Well, I think now we're finally ready to head for Caria Manor. Although there remains some stuff between us and there. I see some ruins up ahead. King's Realm Ruins. Teleporting mages. And wolves. At least the wolves don't teleport. These mages are a pain in the ass, though. Got one. Thank you. Alright. Let's keep it going then. Got another one and dodged all the traps too. Pretty good. Where you at? Sounds like that's everybody. Excellent. Alright, let's explore with an eye for looting now. So this is 4 glintstone fireflies. Hidden stairs right here. You can kind of make out the outline if you've seen a few of them. Got actually a pretty hard boss under here for its, mini boss status at any rate. Let's use our flask. That's Golden Vow. Let's summon immediately, since we're inside. Gotta let Ingval get the aggro. Well, shit. Let's use a neutralizing bolus right quick. And let's see what we got for our trouble. Oh, nothing yet. Alright. So we beat the Royal Revenant. In the next room, we get the Frozen Needle. A razor-thin, piercing blade of ice, forged by Iji, the Carrion Royal Blacksmith, can inflict frost upon enemies and launch its blade with a strong attack. The blade immediately regenerates. Skill Impaling Thrust. Skill that lets piercing armaments overcome enemy shields. Build power, then lunge forward for a strong thrust that pierces an enemy's guard. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh no, not another one. Another 2. It's even worse. Three. And there's another wolf of all things. Oh, that's handy. Very good. Alright, there's some stuff inside one of these towers. First, another one of these. Very annoying little enemy concept, I have to say. Wolves I'm fine with. I think that puts us at full flasks. Very nice. What, if anything, is inside here? 8 rhymed crystal buds. Already accidentally did this. We'll use this site of grace. And this is the road to the manor. Can I get 20,000 runes? I don't think so. 10, 12, 5, 13, 1, no, 14, 1, 17, 7, 18, 5. Not quite, it's very close. Yeah, I'm gonna use all these up and go kill a few vulgar militia in Caelid until I can properly use them all to level up here. Probably only need to fight one, honestly. Ferrum Great Bridge. One more, just barely. By about 100 runes. Alright, back to the road to the manor we go. And I just realized, though, I need another 10,100. JK, we're going to do a lengthier grind. There are things we need to buy from EG there on the bridge, and upgrades we need to purchase as well. $10,100 is 45,549. It's my actual total. What was it? Yeah, 45,549. Look at that fellow player, that spirit, over here grinding just like me. Older militia gauntlets, and now we have enough. So back to the road to the manor. Let's do level up, intelligence to 39. Now let's talk to the giant here. Alright, please take care.
Oh, watch out there. When I'm absorbed in my smithing, I lose sight of all else. If you come too close, I'm apt to cause you harm. I am, after all, terribly large compared to you, tarnished. You don't know how hard it is not to break anything when I work.
Talk.
Brave tarnished. A word of warning, if you please. This territory once belonged to the Karian royal family. Their manor lies not far beyond this point. When the Ray and Lucaria Academy turned on Guardians, the Knights of the Pool descended on this tract. After leveling it, they carried on to the manor. Guardians were taken off guard, but their strength had not waned, and they repelled the Knights' onslaught. An enchanted snare that remains potent to this day. That is why I say, tarnished, don't go near the manor unless you wish to lie with the corpses of the heedless Knights of the Pool.
About advice.
I've explained the peril of the enchanted snare that remains at the Royal Harrier Manor. Whatever you do, brave tarnished, stay away from that death trap. I've explained the enchanted whatever you
Okay. Blythe sent me.
live actually did that. Did he? Quite a rare occurrence for such a guarded soul as he. Perhaps he sensed something unusual about you. At any rate, if you're friendly with Blythe, I've something else that might suit you.
Alright, so, purchase. So, this item only becomes available if we've done Blythe's side quest, and he actually sends us to EG and we have that dialogue available. Carrion Filigreed Crest. A talisman adorned with the royal crest. Lowers FP consumed by skills. An honor said to have once been awarded to Karian knights who served as direct retainers to the kingdom's princesses. Now there is only one princess, Rani, daughter of Renala. Now let's strengthen armaments. We can take our brass shield all the way to 13 at this point. Alright, from here, northwest to a graveyard. You can see the business right there. What business it is. The enchanted snare we were warned of. I think we're out of range at this point. Anyway, on we go. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Fuck this grass in particular. Yeah, no kidding. Got some rats in here, so... Should we actually clear it out before we relax? Alright, should be 9 rune items, I think. Golden rune 5, golden rune 4, golden rune 3, golden rune 3, golden rune 1, Thank you. Golden Rune 3. Golden Rune 2. And Golden Rune 3. Well, that does appear to be everything. Now let's get on Torrent. We can kinda sorta try to loop around the snare, but ultimately, your only real choice is to disregard EG's warning and just go for that shit. Kinda like, crossing the bombing zone to Nellis Air Force Base in New Vegas. I haven't passed anything yet. Oh, it took away Torrent. Why would it do that? You can't take away Torrent when I'm trying to deal with this shit. Unacceptable. Here we are. Main Carrier Manor Gate. Over on this side, not sure exactly how far I have to go, but there's an invisible scarab somewhere over here. I will, of course, need to find and eliminate. If we're looking for actual completion. There it is. Got it. Ash of War, Hoarfrost Stomp. We end up using this at certain points. This Ash of War grants an armament the cold affinity in the following skill. Hoarfrost Stomp. Stomp hard to spread a trail of freezing mist on the ground. The mist applies the frost status effect, usable on all melee armaments. And that actually allows us to detect invisible platforms later on in the game. Let's get all those Trina's lilies from here as well. Alright, now let's warp back to the main Carria Manor Gate. Here we go. Our first... I mean, obviously meeting Blythe sorta counts, but these are our first explicit quest steps in Ronnie's quest line. Working our way toward that Dark Moon Greatsword. Carria Manor. Hands everywhere in here. For fuck's sake. Oof, alright. Little better. Alright, that was 3 rhymed crystal buds, I believe. Glintstone Craftsman's Cookbook 6. A record of crafting techniques left by a glintstone craftsman who served the Academy. Contains information on faux sorceries, such as they were called. Acquire the knowledge to craft the following. Freezing pot. Alright. There's a stone somewhere in here. Back here, I suppose. There we go. Somber Smithing Stone 3. Drop down here and deal with that big hand we see right there. Alright. Somber Smithing Stone 2. That's just a blue scarab. Doesn't really help me. There's another hand. Oh yay! Oh yay! Okay, well that could have been worse. Somber Smithing Stone 2. And 2 rhymed crystal buds. Can see big hands up on each wall. They are going to ambush us, because of course they are. Oh fuck. Oh, that spell is brutal. Fuck me. Yikes! Hate those things. Still, there we go. Alright, 3 smithing stone 2s. I was wrong. This isn't a mana scarab, and we do need to get it. Carrion Piercer. A sorcery. Carrion Piercer, one of the sorceries of the Carrion royal family, conjures a magic greatsword to impale foes. Charging lengthens the initial step in. This sorcery forms a counterpart to Carrion Greatsword. Highly lethal when used against single foes riding alone. Ice Crest Shield. Small metal round shield, heavier than a wooden shield, but boasts higher damage negation. The Ice Crest originates from a Carian princess. Gosh, excuse me. Though the effect is slight, it boosts magic damage negation and resistance to frost. No skill. This armament has no skill. If the armament in the other hand has a skill, that skill will be used instead. Alrighty. Alright. 2 more big hands here you can see. But because we're watching for their fingertips sticking out of the ground, we can get the jump on them. Somber Smithing Stone 2. Whew, alright. See another hand here. Yep, there they are. There it is, whatever you want to say about it. Somber Smithing Stone 2 and a Golden Rune 4. Eyes up, there are more buried hands around here. As well as these obvious already live ones. You can see them right here. Somber Smithing Stone 2. Somber Smithing Stone 2. 2 of them. Still more of them. As you can see. There's a big one buried here. Oh, come on! I had him! You can't give both of us the hit. That doesn't make any sense. Goodness gracious me. That was a lot. I saw at least one more still running around. Where'd it go? There's a big one up here that hasn't popped yet, too. Careful, careful all around. There's a little one. And there's hopefully the other live one I saw walking around before. Alright, I think we're clear at last. Oh, he says as he, of course, spots yet another one. There we go. Alright. 2 rhymed Crystal Bud. Over here we've got 6 Glintstone Fireflies. Just making our way through. Still haven't really gone inside. We're just in the courtyard. Aha. There's another one somewhere. We got it. More still. The middle finger! Don't get flipped off! That gets you wrecked. 100% wrecked. R-E-K-T. Come on, you. Guard counters are pretty reliable on those big ones, as a general premise. Somber Smithing Stone 2, Somber Smithing Stone 2. Somber Smithing Stone 2. Speak to this ghost. Lady Ronnie, we have long awaited you. I pray for your house's swift revival. May the full moon shine upon Caria. The good news is, with one flask to spare, we have reached the next grace. Beautiful work, really. There's Smithing Stone 4. Let's rest here and enjoy our victory over the army of hands. Manor lower level. Not even close, not going to worry about it. Brass Shield and the Smithing Stone 1. Lord Sworn Straight Sword, Smithing Stone 2. Alright. Gonna head this way now. There's a rune arc. Always a welcome find. Alright, we want to jump down here now. Perhaps deal with these boys first. Drop again. See, this one's got a ladder down. And down here, we're going to get our second of the 9 legendary armaments for the achievement. Legendary armaments. It's down here in this chest. The Sword of Night and Flame. Storied Sword and Treasure of Caria Manor, one of the legendary armaments. Astrologers who preceded the sorcerers established themselves in mountaintops that nearly touched the sky, and considered the fire giants their neighbors. Unique skill, Night and Flame stance. Hold the sword level and prepare to cast a sorcery. Follow up with a normal attack to cast the Night Comet sorcery, or a strong attack to sweep forward with a burst of flames. Alright. Now that unlocks a shortcut. We saw this door earlier. We'll warp back to the manor lower level. I'm going to run through here again. Alright, this time we're going to keep going southeast instead. There's a trap ahead of me. Brass Shield, Rhea Lucarian Gauntlets, and 5 bolts. Guys are dropping brass shields like it's their job. Pretty wild. Rhea Lucarian Helm. We'll get that in a minute when we're out of danger. To the extent that ever happens. Alright, there we go. So, Rhea Lucarian Helm. Helm worn by Rhea Lucaria Academy soldiers. Its brow is adorned with a single cuckoo's feather. Trap there. I don't know if there's one last gank attempt here or not, but take this lift up. And we've made it to the next grace. Not too hard to guess the pattern here. We're now at the manor upper level. Grace in hand, we're going to head back down the lift and collect some items. Alright, we gotta make a sprint jump here to get to this tower. Eight rhymed crystal bud. Let's go northeast first. A golden rune 3. Now we'll head southwest. Have to deal with some hands here. Unfortunately. Somber Smithing Stone 2, and Urumi. This weapon, made of extremely thin, flexible blades of metal, is wielded like a whip by Night Folk warriors. Though in essence a whip with a cutting edge, it can also be used as a spear to pierce foes. Skill, Kick. Push an enemy back with a high kick. Effective against enemies who are guarding and can break a foe's stance. Sometimes a simple tool is the most effective. They do kind of look like wall masters from Zelda. And here's an Iron Virgin. Worth using our Flask of Physic to get through this. Pretty good. That we can drop down onto this tower. Somber Smithing Stone 3, and that's everything down there, so we'll warp back to the manor upper level. Alright. I'll keep going forward. These are some extremely strong wolves. I wonder if you can backstab them. Nope. But there's a golden seed. We still don't seem to actually be inside the manor, do we? It's like yet another garden or courtyard level we're on right now. Oh, one of those enormous wolves. 3 rhymed crystal bud. And hiding back here all by itself is a Nicola's Lily. Alright, as we move further, see a cuckoo troll with some henchmen. We're going to want to pull the henchmen one by one first, which we can do with our bow easily enough. Well, that was stupid. Oh well. Alright, now let's get the third one. Same way, if at all possible. Don't want to miss. There we go. Excellent. Alright. Now, without engaging the troll, let's hop over here and go this way. We can make our way behind it. That's a much more effective way to begin the engagement. Got that guy. 2 magic grease. Now, got him. And he drops a Troll Knight's sword. Great sword embedded with a blue glintstone, weapon of the trolls in service to the royal family of Caria. Called into service when the queen invoked an oath they swore, the trolls are treated as true knights of Caria and fight arm in arm with their human comrades. Skill, Troll's Roar. Look into the distance and let out an intense roar, generating a powerful shockwave that blows back surrounding foes. Follow up with a strong attack to slam the armament down. Very good. Alright. Keep making our way upstairs. Couple more guards. These are the deceptively powerful pages. Don't let them get the jump on you. 5 rhymed crystal buds. Then at the top of these stairs, notice the Stake of Marika. We are going to fight a boss. Before we do, grab that golden rune 4. Nothing else hiding anywhere. Yeah, we'll be out here later. For now, I'm going to get in here, Of course there's a boss fog, I should have known. Now this sure looks interesting. Royal Knight Loretta. It's Golden Vow. Alright. Ingval's got aggro. Transient Moonlight should make pretty short work of her. Got her. Alright. Achievement unlocked. Royal Knight Loretta. Defeated Royal Knight Loretta. 56.3% of players have this achievement. 9 of 42. Still, that's real progress. Loretta's Great Bow, which we will use over and over and over again for the rest of the playthrough. And Ash of War, Loretta's Slash. So, Loretta's Great Bow. Sorcery used by Royal Knight Loretta. Creates a magic great bow and fires a great arrow. Charging enhances potency. Hold to keep the great arrow knocked. It is said that the bow was Loretta's favored weapon. Ash of War, Loretta's Slash. This Ash of War grants an armament the magic affinity and the following skill. Loretta's Slash. Skill of Loretta the Royal Knight. Leap forward, imbuing the blade with glintstone. Then descend, accelerating into a sweeping slash. Usable on polearms and twin blades. And then that should open up a Site of Grace. It does. The Royal Moongazing Grounds. I'm going to rest here. Check on leveling. 10,000. I don't think I can get quite that high, so I'll hold off. Alright, let's go back southeast through the door we came from. I'm going to end the stream soon, but not quite yet. Now we need to make these drops in sequence. Gotta make sprint jumps without overshooting, which stresses me the fuck out, I can promise you. Right. Oh no! Fuck me, man! Well, at least I can just warp back. Didn't die. Try again. Alright, same deal. Once again. Into the corner. That one's pretty easy. This one stresses me out. And then this one, I didn't even properly attempt last time, but there we go. Alright, three down. One more drop. Gotta fight pot warriors. Living Jar Shard and Raw Meat Dumpling. Still something after me somewhere. There they are. There are a bunch down here. There we go. 8 crystal darts. That should be all of them. And then out here, another cracked pot. Excellent. We're not done, though. We got more platform dropping to do. Gentlest drop looks like it's over here. And another drop to here. And down to here. Two big ones, you can see. Living jar shard, raw meat dumpling. Living jar shard, raw meat dumpling. There we go, back behind where they were, smithing stone 3. And we've gotten to another section of the lower level we couldn't have gotten to before. Hidden back here is the Ash of War Carrion Grandeur. This Ash of War grants an armament the magic affinity and the following skill. Carrion Grandeur. Carrion Royal Prestige embodied in a skill. Transform blade into a magical greatsword and swing it down. Can be charged to increase its power by up to 2 levels. Usable on swords, colossal weapons accepted. Alright, from here, we're ready to warp all the way back to the Royal Moongazing Grounds. We want to use everything we have here, gain a level, and have 15,600 runes left over to shop at a new merchant. I'll do all of the above, of course. Alright, so first things first, I'll level up. Intelligence to 40. And now I've got 2,738 runes. I need 15,600. So I'll have to kill several of these guys. No harm, no foul. $15,600. Many things we need to buy from this merchant. Important things, too. There we go. Finally a proper backstab. That overkill isn't just for safety and convenience. We get more runes that way. He turned at the last possible second, because of course he did. Getting close. 3 more, I think. Three of them here, or maybe just 2. They're crossing each other's paths. And give them a nice wide berth, at least at first. Nice. 5 kukris. There's yet another one. Try and loop behind it if I can. River startled me. Sprang into action over there, going after a fly. I don't know if y'all could hear the thump or not. Alright. We've got enough runes now, so let's head back to the Royal Moon Gazing Grounds. Let's go north through here. We get to the 3 Sisters. 3 towers up behind the Caria Manor. Let's hug this wall to the left until we find a cerulean scarab. Then we have to do even more jumping and platforming. Hope you